Hello, welcome to MTG Pro Tutor. I am Sean Penrod, your host, and today we will open this M15 booster pack and evaluate the cards inside. Let's dive on in and see what we got. Okay, so the first thing I always do when I open up a booster pack for draft is take out the marketing card and the land, and then I look at the rare. Dun, 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 dun. Cruel Sadist. So she's a 1/1 for 1 mana, which normally isn't good. Normally you don't want to play a 1/1 for 1 mana in limited. However, she is rare, so that means she has some kind of ability. Let's see what that is. So you can pay a black and tap her to pay 1 life. So black, tap, pay 1 life. Put a +1/+1 counter on Cruel Sadist. Then you pay 3 and tap her, remove X +1/+1 counters from Cruel Sadist, and deal X damage to target creature. So she starts getting big, and then starts, taking out the opposing field. I don't know. I don't really like it. I'm not jumping all over this. This card right here, just because taking away my life to kill a creature that could just as easily get lightning striked or some other kind of direct damage doesn't seem like a safe investment, right? I feel like I'm putting my life into this Cruel Sadist, and then if she dies I lose that benefit. The upside is I get to kill a creature, true, but I don't know, it just seems a little bit risky. So I'm not going to first pick Cruel Sadist. Let's see what else this pack has to offer. Anvin Pathmage is really good. Making a creature unblockable this turn is very nice. So a 3/2 for 4 mana with a very relevant ability is not bad. Speaking of Lightning Strike, here it is. I like Lightning Strike a lot. Direct damage decks still own faces. Like the last time I did a draft, I lost in the first round to the guy who ended up winning the draft. He had a very red deck with Heat Ray, Lightning Strike, Cone of Flame, things like that. So I would first pick Lightning Strike over the 3 cards we've seen so far. Hunt the Weak, not bad. +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control, and then it fights another target creature you don't control. Interesting note: you cannot. The card has to resolve completely. So if somebody plays Hunt the Weak, they give a +1/+1 counter and then fight. You cannot do. You can't play a Lightning Strike in between the giving of the +1/+1 counter and the fighting. So someone I know tried to do that and shared with me that that's not how it works. So Zoth Shade, 2/2 for 4 mana, and you can pump it for 3 mana. Statute of Denial, you counter a target spell and you draw a card, then discard if you have a blue creature. It's a pretty expensive counter spell, but if you're playing control and you need something in there, then playing 1's not bad. Tyrant's Machine, it triggers your Artifact Matters cards like the Aeronaut Tinkerer and the Scrapyard Mongrel, and it's a tapper, so not a bad place to put your late game mana. Kingo's Enforcer is one of the 2 Intimidate creatures in the set. This is a 2/2 Intimidate for 3 mana. Selfless Cathar is a pretty good 1-drop for white because he beefs up your tokens. You put him down turn 1, raise the alarm turn 2, Triplicate Spirits turn 3, and then when you stack Selfless Cathar, you have a bunch of bigger tokens. So Chrono Status too slow, too clunky for limited. 6 mana just to bury a card 2 cards deep, not that relevant. Rummaging Goblin, I guess people like him. I don't, but hey, red oftentimes need card draw abilities, and Rummaging Goblin is there to help. So let's say you have an aggressive red deck. Okay, you only need 4 mana. You have all the 4 mana on the field, and you have 2 more lands in your hand. You keep drawing lands. Use Rummaging Goblin to pitch those lands and get something useful. So that's where he falls in, but I'm not going to first pick him. So Broodkeeper, people have really liked Broodkeeper. My thing is, to really abuse her, you need to enchant her. All right, and when you enchant her, you just open yourself up to be 2 for 1, 3 for 1, however many enchantments you put on her. I guess the idea is you can play her, and then you can do cheap enchantments like Inferno Fist, that hopefully you can then get some utility out of. If you can put 2 or 3 Inferno Fists on her and you get 3 flying dragons, that's great. But then you want to make sure you keep your meta open so you can get rid of those Inferno Fists and get a little extra utility out of them. So Paragon of Open Graves. The Paragons are not first pickable because you don't know if you're going to be in black. Later on, if you are heavy in black, say 9 creatures, then go ahead and pick up a black Paragon. Why not? Alright, so Quickling is amazing. I'll probably take Quickling or Lightning Strike are the 2 best cards in this pack here. The reason being, a 2/2 for 2 is amazing. A 2/2 for 2 is a Grizzly Bear, alright? Or a Rune Claw Bear, as they call them these days. So that's playable. You want 2/2 for 2s. In addition to being a 2/2 for 2, this Rogue Fairy has Flash and Flying, alright? So the drawback is that you sack it unless you return another creature you control to its owner's hand. So you have to have something in play to be able to play Quickling, but it's still a very strong upside. So I would definitely play Quickling because you can block and then flash in Quickling, and you just got a 2/2 on your opponent's turn. So I like that. So there you have it. I will definitely come down on saying Lightning Strike and Quickling are the 2 best cards in this deck, or in this pack. It all depends what direction you want to go. Taking Quickling is definitely taking the best blue card. Taking Lightning Strike, you're sending a Brood Keeper, which somebody might want and might think it's open. But I tend to fall on the side of creatures, so I would probably take the Quickling and then followed by the Lightning Strike. So what do you think? What would you take? Would you take the Quickling or the Lightning Strike? Thanks so much for watching this video. You're awesome for taking the time to do so. I'm Sean Penrod, and we'll see you in the next pack.